3, 4, 5 red lights in Barcelona. And the race begins with the Williams on the right, with the Mercedes on the left, and Russell with a good getaway. Esteban Gutierrez with a better one, though, in the inside line. Will he lead into turn one? Who breaks latest with LeClair trying to go past both of them? Can't do it. Gutierrez is going to take the lead. Russell down to P2. Vulnerable, though, because Leclerc's going to go past, and he's up to P2. Albon says see you later to his best mate, and Russell's down to fourth, down to fifth. A nightmare for the pole sitter. That is the exact opposite of what he needed, because Latifi is up to fourth position. So it's Gutierrez, Leclerc, Albon, Latifi, and then Russell going even further backwards now. This is Antonio Fuoco moving past. Not what he needed, and Russell able to get back and maintain P5, but a nightmare opening lap for him, and Esteban Gutierrez is scampering off into the lead.
Esteban Gutierrez, of course, sets the fastest lap, but Leclerc going for the lead.
Going around the outside. Who breaks latest down into turn one? Leclerc versus Gutierrez, and it's very close to contact, but Charles Leclerc takes the lead with a super brave move there. Gutierrez couldn't fight back.
Albon's going to have a fantastic opportunity.
He's tucked right underneath the Mercedes. Look, he's basically passed him already. We're nowhere near the braking zone yet, and he is already passed and up to P2. So it is Leclerc from Albon, as we suspected it might be after the heroics around Interlagos 1 week ago. Gutierrez from the race lead down to third position, but George Russell has started to make amends. He's got back past Nicholas Latifi. He's up to P4.
Oh, Albon's pitted.
Albon's gone for the undercut. So Albon has tried something completely different. Will he force the others to respond? So out he comes on the medium tyres. Track all to himself. Liuzzi getting back past Ian Poulter, and rather important for Alex Albon that he got ahead of that battle.
As we now look at Charles Leclerc, this is Alex Albon's move here. You can tell he's very much on the strategy as Albon. He saw that he was just over a second behind the Ferrari driver. He had to do something. The undercut is what he went for.
Gutierrez coming under serious pressure from George Russell. You can see George Russell using all of the road as he attempts to get closer. Fastest lap of the race, and now improving back up to P2. Once again, that DRS is super effective if you get your exit right. And he has managed to move up to P2 after a really difficult opening lap of the race. He's 1.3 seconds away from Charles Leclerc. None of the big hitters, so to speak, deciding to mirror Albon's move. So here comes Leclerc and Russell and Gutierrez. And that's Alex Albon going ahead. So the undercut working for Alex Albon. And he has come out not only ahead of Nicholas Hamilton, but Albon, with that strategy, has given him track position. And it's just a question of what sort of strategy is he on for the time being.
Yeah, crucially, Alex will have to pit again, and it looks like Leclerc is on the hard compound tyres, which means he is staying on that tyre for the rest of the race. Here we have the pit stop. Alex Albon, 15 laps on those mediums now. That's going to be interesting.
So Charles Leclerc up into the race lead. George Russell up into P2.
Oh, he's gone on hards. He's gone on the hards. That's... Ooh, okay, that's very interesting.
So where's he going to come out? There's Giovinazzi going through. And there's Mr. Davidson. So he's going to come out ahead of Anthony Davidson in P7. And he's really got to go on the attack. And now it's a second between Leclerc and George Russell. Remember back ages ago, hours ago, when George Russell was on pole and then it all fell away from him. Well, has he chipped away at the Ferrari driver? It's a battle for the race lead, absolutely, between the Williams and the Ferrari. And how good is it to say that sentence as they come on to lap 21. And right now, Russell is enjoying the setup of those hard tyres. Oh. In comparison, he is scything into the lead of the Ferrari with the DRS. And does Leclerc have an answer for the driver who started on pole and has maybe, just maybe, worked his way back through? The one thing that Leclerc is going to have to prioritise is that exit out of the 15 chicane and then through turn
3
16.
second time penalty for Russell.
Oh, and George Russell gets the penalty. It undid his race in China, and it's going to undo his race here today. So not only does he need to get through, but he needs to scamper 3 seconds up the road. Leclerc knows that he has to try and break the toe. That's what all the weaving's about. DRS deployed for the Williams. We're about to see a Williams go into P1. George Russell takes the lead, but he's got that penalty. So he's got 1/10 of a second advantage, 2/10 of a second advantage. He needs another 2.8 seconds up the road to try and take this win. And does he have the pace? No waiting around. Russell on the charge. We've got Albon coming through again. Can George Russell build over a 3-second lead and take victory around the Circuit de Catalunya, Barcelona?
Oh, no.
Back to the battle for the lead. LeClair trying to go around the outside. That turns into the inside line. That turns into the race lead. Super move from the Monegasque driver. And that brings Albon into play if he can make that tyre strategy work. He's got past Latifi at the first time of asking. Charles Leclerc retakes the lead. And George Russell has it all to do again. He's right underneath the Ferrari's gearbox. But all of this is wasting the time that he needs to build a 3-second gap. Russell taking a very, very corner-cutting line to get the momentum to go back past. He's not messing around now. We're into the final stages. Alex Albon setting fastest lap after fastest lap. Russell back into the lead. George Russell's not in the mood to mess around. George Russell, pretend you didn't see
Charles
it.
got 3
Charles got a
seconds.
3-second penalty. Charles Leclerc's got a 3-second penalty.
No way!
And George Russell's on his way to the win.
1.8 seconds the gap, it was comfortable. But now George Russell leads on the track as well after all penalties applied. What a race!
Russell took pole position. He's going to win the race. Does that tell you the story? Not at all. Dropped down to 5th on the opening lap. Fought back. Oh, he's gone round that corner. Fancy that. This time, he's going to come round the final turn. And for the first time in Virtual Grand Prix, it's a win for George Russell.
Gutierrez could get P2 here as well.
So Gutierrez very much... Oh, he's close.
Oh, no,
he's not going to do it. Charles Leclerc P2. Esteban Gutierrez is in P3. Alex Albon's strategy gamble didn't work. And what a twist on the last lap. It's George Russell who takes the win.